guys. I am sitting here going through recipes again. I feel like that's what I constantly do, but right now I'm going through recipes because I am trying to figure out a meal plan for next week and my grocery list and all of that. And next week is going to be a little bit different because my husband is actually having oral surgery. So I'm kind of trying to find recipes and meals that are on the softer side so that he can still eat the majority of them. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I obviously, you guys know the drill. I don't usually film first thing in the morning just because it's like so dark and the lighting stinks. And the lighting still kind of stinks, but at least it's light outside. So we're getting a little bit from over here from the window. But I did some cleaning and stuff this morning. I waxed my eyebrows, which is why they are red. So excuse that. This morning though, I read something and oh my gosh, like it so totally like hit me. I don't know, because I felt, when you read something and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's exactly how I feel, but I've never really been able to put it into words. So I'm just curious if you guys have ever felt this. I'm going to read this to you. This is actually like taken out of like a book of poems, and it's not really like rhymey poetry, but it's just more of, like people putting their feelings out, that type of poetry. Anyway, it says, suddenly there's September. Hopefully it brings things that August couldn't. Though I can't help but wonder as I watch the leaves descend, if I could shed and fall to pieces as well and show up brand new and beautiful next spring. I feel like trying again. And the author of that, her name was Jessica Jocelyn, which I'm not really familiar with her, but I read that. And do you guys ever get that feeling? Do you ever wish that you could just start over? Like either, I don't know, like whether it's leave your job and go somewhere completely new, like completely switch careers and just start over, or like have you ever had that feeling of wanting to move somewhere that absolutely nobody knows you and just start over? I know I get that feeling kind of like pretty often, honestly. In life, like in real life, I feel that way. And then I also do feel that way on YouTube. And I think part of that comes from, as we age and things, we change. And people are so used to us being a certain way that when we do change, it's really, really hard because people want to always picture us the way that we always have been. And it's sometimes they don't accept what we have changed into. And I know I experienced that in like, real life off the camera type stuff. And then I think with YouTube, like I think back to when I first started YouTube, and I was doing all sorts of things, on YouTube, and I was really, really putting myself out there. And sometimes I look back at that and like I wish I could almost start over and not put myself out as much. Like I almost wish that I wasn't as open, because sometimes it feels like I feel like I need to share everything about my life, like all of my hobbies and things like that, because that's what I always originally did. But the problem with that is then it almost like takes away from the hobbies and the enjoyment, because you feel like you're expected to share everything. And it's almost like you don't have anything of your own anymore because it's always like out there. Not that I share everything at this point, but I don't know, that is something that I do think about a lot. And I mean, if you guys have been here, like I have actually started new YouTube channels, and it never works out, because it seems like people always remember the stuff that I did at the beginning, and so they're constantly wanting to see that and asking like, oh, are you going to start doing this again? And not that I am, not that I have to do everything that suggests, everything that people suggest, but it's just hard sometimes. And I know that other people experience that in their personal lives, that it's not on YouTube. Like if you start a job and you've, do certain things in that job. Because I ran into this, when I used to do hair. Because in all honesty, I hated doing hair. I hated it. But when I first started, I started in hair, and I did very well with hair. People always said that I was very talented with hair, and I did, color and, cuts and stuff like that that were just really, really, really good. And I'm not, you guys, I'm not like, sitting here like tooting my own horn. That's like not at all what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like that was something that I was very, very talented in, but I also did not have a passion for it. My passion was always skincare, body care, things like that. And unfortunately, because when I first started in the industry, I started with hair, I kind of got stuck there. And it was a while before I was able to, switch over to doing the skincare and things. And even then, even when I was doing skincare pretty much like full time, I still would get like in a pinch, or, certain clients, I still would get stuck and get kind of drugged back into hair. And so that's, I guess, I felt that with my job. And I think, other people experience that in their jobs. When you first start, you put yourself into it, you pour yourself into it. And then maybe later on you are like, whoa, I probably shouldn't have put myself out there that far, because nobody else is putting themselves out, and I'm the only one that put myself out, and now it's expected. And it can really burn you out and wear you down. So I don't know. I just thought that was really, really interesting, when she said, the whole, I can't help but wonder as I watch the leaves descend if I could shed and fall to pieces as well and show up brand new and beautiful next spring. Just that feeling of like wanting to disappear and come back a completely new person. It just, I don't know. It's very interesting, because that really, really struck a chord in me, because I feel that so, so often. And I'm just curious if you guys do. So comment down below and let me know if that is something that you feel like often, whether it's with your job, whether it's with your life, or if it's something maybe you feel it every once in a while, or maybe you've never felt that ever before. I have felt that a lot, especially over, I would say, the past 4 years. And I know it's just that I'm getting older and things are changing, and my priorities are changing, and my likes and dislikes are changing. And yeah, it would be so fun to disappear for a while and then just come back completely different. So anyway, I am going to sit here and go through these recipes and see if I can figure out a meal plan. And then I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. It is supposed to be 92 degrees today, and it's supposed to rain. I am so ready for fall weather. I don't know if you guys can see it over there, but we actually are losing some leaves on the one tree. Let me zoom in and see if you can see I don't know if you can see the leaves on the ground over there. I am so excited though for like all the leaves to change. I'm so ready for it. What's it like in your area? Do you guys have cool weather yet, or are you still in like a heat wave? So now I am up in my, this is what we call the computer room. But this is where I've kind of corralled most of my like body care, skin care, all of that stuff, except for then I also have all the stuff that I have like in my my stash basket. That's downstairs in the bathroom. And then I have like a few additional things down in the bathroom, which those I haven't taken inventory yet, but I've just kind of gathered it all the stuff up on these like middle shelves here. And I'm starting to take inventory just as far as like the numbers and stuff like that, because I'm just trying to kind of work through and like kind of, I don't know, start over with it. Honestly, I guess that's like the theme of today's video, because it kind of goes along with like what I said at the beginning of the video, as far as like, you know, that your taste changes, and you know, the things that you like change, and sometimes like it's you want to just like start over. And that's kind of where I'm at with a lot of my body care, skincare, all of that stuff. Like I just kind of want to start over. So like this shelf is all body sprays. Like you can see it goes all the way back. Like body sprays and perfumes and stuff. Um I think my two biggest categories honestly are probably, yeah, like the body like the perfumes and stuff in general. And then I do have, honestly, not as many lotions as I thought. I used to have a huge lotion collection, but I've actually done a pretty decent job of like cutting back on that and like getting rid of stuff. Well, not getting rid of it, but using it up. And then like skincare, I do have quite a bit of skincare down in my bathroom, but then like this is skincare, like this is all masks and stuff, so that's probably a pretty big category. But then you can see like I have 3 shower gels up here, and then I think I only have 2 downstairs. So I'm not doing bad on like shower gels and stuff. So I really have done well to use up a lot of the stuff, but I'm still working on it. This whole box, oh my goodness, that's all chapstick. Like that's ridiculous. And the thing that's funny about it is like I collected chapstick for quite some time, but most of these are just novelty. I mean, they're okay for like if your lips aren't dry or anything. But most of these, if you actually are looking for something that's super moisturizing and like healing for your lips, like none of these are even going to do it. So again, I'm trying to work through some. There's no way I'll probably ever finish that box though. So I'm actually going to work on that for a little bit, as far as just, you know, trying to take inventory and see if I can come up with some numbers. And yeah, I don't know, just trying to make some decisions as far as where I want to go with it. Okay, so you just saw like I was up in my computer room kind of taking inventory. So I didn't take inventory of like every single category, but I took inventory of a few different categories, and then I came downstairs and counted up like in those same categories what I had downstairs. So here's the deal, guys, like with the things that I did take inventory on. So fragrances, which would be perfumes or body sprays, both of those, I have 41. That's a lot. I need to work on that. Body washes, I only have 5. Honestly, that's not bad at all in my opinion. Lotions, I have 17. Body scrubs, I have 3. And body oils, I have 5. So those are the only things I took inventory in. So obviously, I wrote down some of the stuff I did not take inventory. I did not take inventory on bar soaps, shave gels or razors, manicure and pedicure supply, meaning like cuticle oils, nail polishes, foot creams, hand creams, foot scrubs, things like that. Didn't take inventory on that. Did not take inventory on any of the hair stuff. So shampoo, conditioner, styling products, none of that. And I did not take inventory on my skincare, obviously. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm trying to figure out though, because I told you guys in a video a little bit ago how I am kind of a numbers person. So I like to know where my inventory is at. And also, like I said, I am kind of like almost like wanting to start fresh. So I may start including some numbers in like my empties videos. Like when I do my empties videos, I will let you know, like obviously you'll see how many I used up in a category, and then I'll let you know if I brought any more in, so I can let you know where my numbers are. And then yeah, I don't know. When I think about starting over, I don't know how I want to start over. I almost like, my like box personality, like my, put everything in a box and have everything very neat and organized. That part of me almost wants to focus on like a single scent, meaning like I would just start by buying products in a single fragrance, like lavender. So I would buy, lotions and oils and perfumes, and it would all be in the lavender line so that they all kind of match. But I don't know if that's realistic either, because obviously that's like my box side. But then my like ADHD gets bored very, very quickly. So I know, even though lavender is one of my favorite fragrances, I know if I was only buying stuff in that fragrance for a while, I would be so bored with it. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out like a good way to start over, because I don't just want to go and randomly buy a bunch of stuff, because that's how I got to where I'm at. And I can honestly say that like a lot of the fragrances that I own are not my favorites, and I'm just over it, and I kind of wish that I didn't buy them. So I don't just want to blind buy for the sake of buying. I want to have like, like a method to it, or like at least put some thought into it. But I'm probably overthinking this whole thing. But I don't know. I love these kind of things. Like my body care and skincare and like that whole, like hygiene, that whole arena is kind of like my playground, and it's kind of my escape. So it's just my happy place. So I probably do overthink it just because like I love it. So I don't know. If you were going to start over, how would you do it? Like if you were starting from scratch, you did not own any perfumes, any lotions, like any of it, how would you start? Would you go out and buy things that all matched, like fragrance wise, like your body wash would match your perfume, would match your lotion, like would they all match? Or would you, like, are you into that? Like, here's the other thing too. I feel like that is a relatively new thing where people are very matchy, like where their entire routine is like all one fragrance. I think started probably within the last probably 5 years, because I don't remember that being a thing. Like obviously sometimes you would match like your lotion and your perfume, but as far as like your body wash having to match the perfume that you put on at the end, that like we didn't do that in the 90s. We did, what I mean? I don't know. And I was like a fanatic. Well, then again, I guess we did sometimes, because that's when Bath and Body Works became kind of big in the 90s. So I guess you did get like a body wash that would then match the lotion and the perfume, but we sure weren't matching like our bar soap and our, sugar scrubs and all of that. I feel like is a relatively new thing. And I don't know how necessary it really is. So I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, do I even care if my shower gel matches my lotion at the end? I don't even know. Does it honestly make that much of a difference? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to end this here because honestly, I feel like today is like a very boring day and I don't have much content to show you guys. So, yeah, we're going to end this here, and then I will pick back up probably tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to have to go to the grocery store, so I'll be doing like a grocery haul and things. So anyway, if you guys made it this far, thank you for hanging out with me and for hanging in there, and I will see you guys very soon.